What is up, guys? We are back. This is More Steam. I'm Thomas Wharton, and it is football time in Tennessee. I could not be more excited to be speaking to you here. And guys, by the time you're watching this, we're 24 hours out, baby. The Vols kick off on Saturday at noon, which kind of sucks, in Atlanta, Georgia, Mercedes-Benz Stadium against the Syracuse Orange. Gonna address the elephant in the room. Yes, this is More Steam. Yes, it looks a tad different. This is, or was, our first studio at the genesis of this show, but I was not alone like I am today. Will Watkins is no longer with us. He's alive and breathing, just not in this building. So as for now, especially today's episode, all you got is me. Like I said, my name is Thomas Wharton. It is a pleasure to bring this show to you. I got producer Dalton behind the camera. I got Liv, production assistant Liv, I guess. Is that a good title? That's a good title. Working behind the scenes, and we are going to be bringing you this show every week. Nothing but Vol football coverage. Let's get into it. Like I said, Watkins isn't with me, but I will not be alone through the progression of the season. I will have guest hosts. We will have guest studios. We're going to be traveling all over. So if you have a place that you want to see this show come to you from, hit me up in the comments. I'm open to ideas. We are creative and we are flexible. Let's get into the week ahead. It is week 1 of college football. I'm a big week 0 fan. I'm glad the Vols don't play week 0, but I'm a big week 0 fan. Kind of eases you in. You get that feeling college football is back. So dud of a game in Ireland, Iowa State, Kansas State. But we are back. The fall is here, and finally we have big-time college football. I just want to say thank you to whoever our scheduling guy is over at UT. The fact that we are not Bama, we are not LSU playing these big-time marquee matchups week 1. Give me Syracuse. Now, I'm not talking down to Syracuse. I'm going to hype them up here in a little bit. But give me a middle-of-the-road, neutral site game. Let us get our feet wet. This game reminds me a whole lot of Virginia 2 years ago. We're basically in our backyard, right? Nashville, Atlanta, due to the distances, they're similar. Having the other team come to a neutral site road game, travel exponentially further just to come and get their butt kicked by the Vols. Little more on that later, but here we are. Let's dive in to the Tennessee Vols matchup against the Syracuse Orange. Syracuse is going into year 2 with head coach Fran Brown. I'll just say this on the outset. Love Fran Brown. Big fan of that guy. Defensive backs coach at Georgia a few years ago. Comes into Syracuse. Very prominent basketball school. As someone who grew up Western New York, Syracuse football, not much to brag about. Who even went to Syracuse, right? I mean, let's be real here. We got Jim Brown, NFL Hall of Famer, but that was decades and decades and decades ago. Fran Brown has ignited that fan base, the few fans they have, and last time we saw them in action, they were putting up 52 points on Washington State in the Holiday Bowl. That team, thankfully, for our chances on Saturday, is not on the field. Kyle McCord is gone. Almost 5,000 passing yards, led college football. Trevor Pena, also gone. Elite dynamic wide receiver, is now wearing blue in State College, Pennsylvania. And they have a lot to replace. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Vols. The Vols, of course, lost a ton of players. That's just kind of the nature of college football these days, especially that receiver room. But looking at Syracuse, lost a lot of players. No one they got really fires me up, right? Steve Angeli, they named their quarterback 1. Does that fire you up? Like when I see Steve Angeli trotting out there, when I say trotting, I mean trotting. Dude's not too quick. Trotting out on the field, first drive for Syracuse. Am I scared? I don't really know. So not a ton to really get fired up here about Syracuse, but the one thing I will say, I know I compared it a second ago to the Virginia game 2 years ago, and even let's go back to last year, our neutral site game versus NC State. Syracuse isn't like those teams. They play with their hair pinned back, their ears pinned back, their hair on fire for Fran Brown, and I respect that. So that's something that we as Vols need to understand coming into this game. Last thing on Syracuse is, I say no one really fires me up. The one name that's thrown around this offseason is a guy named Jonte Cook. Y'all know him from a highly rated recruit out in Texas, goes to Washington for a year, doesn't have a lot to show for himself, but he is a guy, high 4-star, 5-star guy, that has the talent to make this a game. Done with Syracuse. I don't like talking about it. Let's talk about Tennessee. Coach Hype's still here. We got our same coordinators. With the whole Nico situation, I don't even want to talk about it. That's behind us. What does this year's Tennessee Vols 2025 season look like? What does the team look like? I think your biggest glaring discrepancy, the guy that we're going to miss most, and I air quotes there, no disrespect, is Dylan Sampson. You can't replace the ability that he showed last year to just put the team on the back, physically carry us to victories. But to that, I say one thing. What of the position groups has been the most consistent, the most productive, I'd argue the most elite since Heupel's been here? We're in year 5 now. I think you're dumb if you don't say the running back room, right? In terms of the talent we have, and then the level to which that talent plays, and then also our recruiting level, you can't really beat it. So do we have a Dylan Sampson on this roster? Remains to be seen. I'm not going to be the one that says no, but I'm not worried about that. Quarterback, let's talk about it. Old guy out, new guy in. Joey Football is your starter. I'm not super worried about him in general, especially not this game. Let's go into the game preview here. If I'm Coach Heupel, and I'm not, that's why I'm on TV pregame and not postgame talking about a massive dub, that's for sure. I don't really put out all the stops for this one. I think this is easing Joey Aguilar into SEC football. I know it's not an SEC opponent, but it's big time. It's better than anybody he played at App State, that's for sure, on a consistent basis, that is. I think we are going to run the ball, and I think that is the method for victory. That is going to be really what you're going to see the first 2 games of the season, because obviously we got ETSU coming into Neyland this time next week. If I had to predict the game, I know all of our sports bettors out there, the line is somewhere in the 2-touchdown range. I think the Vols take that. I think it is relatively low scoring. I just don't think Syracuse really matches up. I think they lost a lot, and this is going to be a difficult one. We're going to have to come ready to play. But I think don't really think there's too many roadblocks here. I think this is a awesome start to the year. Really get us rolling. See Joey Aguilar, see Mike Matthews, see the Travis Smith, those younger guys really get some serious playing time. But I think this is really just rinse, repeat. Let's get back to Knoxville, prepare for ETSU, and then the big one, Georgia, after that. If I had to do player predictions, this is something that I love doing with my co-host Will Watkins last year. This is what it's going to look like. We're not doing the specific, passer, receiver, runner, nothing like that. This is just going to be a opportunity for some more realistic takes and maybe some more abstract ones. Today, this week, I have one take for you, and that is we're going to have at least 3 rushing touchdowns, I believe, by 3 different players. That backs up my prediction. I think this is run the ball. I would not be surprised if we double our passing yards with our rushing yards in terms of a team standpoint for this one. So I think 3 rushing touchdowns, 3 different players. Vols are winning by more than 2 touchdowns. As we close this episode, this will easily be the shortest one. We are just putting this out to get ahead of the Vols' first game against Syracuse. Comment where you want me to be, where we can shoot this show from, and if you have any guests you'd like me to have on with me for more steam. I am happy to bring this show to you this season. Like I said, my name is Thomas Wharton. This is More Steam. Go Vols, man. We made it. It's football time. Come on.